Hi everyone, welcome to my studio. I'm in the studio today. It's a bit on the chilly side and it's a perfect time to take you through my sketchbooks and the procedure that I do in the sketchbooks. So I'm going to come on over and take a look, and I'm going to sit down and show you some of the sketchbooks. Okay, now the purpose of sketchbooks is, for sketching, is to slow down. You want to notice more and you want to pay attention. So it's about slowing down and paying attention and noticing more. And by slowing down and paying attention, you make it yours. You understand it better. All right. Now I'm going to show you I'm going to show you some of the selections from my sketchbooks. And these are different sketches that I've done on location. And these are just I'm just simply making shapes and values. And I'm posterizing them. I'm making it flat. I'm taking what's out there that's 3D. And I'm making it flat. So I'm compressing values and I'm compressing shapes. So I'm actually unifying things. So I'm trying to make things come together and look like forms. So and this is about designing and about taking charge of things. And I'm taking charge. I'm out there. I'm not letting the landscape tell me what to do or tell me how to choose, or what to choose. I'm choosing what's capturing my eye. All right, so I'm taking something that's outside of myself and I'm making it mine. Okay, so this is what I took from the big scene around me. Okay, this is at a lake, and this is all in pan pastel. This was just simply pencil and pan pastel. That's what these are. Again, islands in a lake. Okay, getting an idea of the shapes. And I'm working in a square format here, and I'm just doing the shapes. Okay, so this is helping me inform me so that if I want to do a painting, I know how to organize what I saw. All right, okay, more shapes. Lake, farmhouse, lake. Okay, now this is another stage. This is when I take it to another stage. So I'm out there and I'll sketch in ink with pencil, as you've seen in my sketchbooks, and then I go to values. I make 4 or 5 gray values, and then I go to color. And there's steps here. The steps that I go through, there's different steps that I go through. And this really helps you organize and move from what you saw out there, what was seen. Okay, I took the scene, I took the simple shapes, I put them together, then I organized them according to values and how I saw them. So these are simple notons, gray value notes, and then I put them in color. And you can see what I did, and I put them in color. So this is a real helpful process, and this is what I do in order to slow down, notice more. So it's always about slowing down, noticing more, and making it yours. So this is about taking it and making it mine. And these are like 2-inch by 3-inch rectangles. And then I will experiment. And this is multimedia paper. This is a 98-pound mixed media paper. Kenson sketchbook. I work in these a lot. And then I'll work in paint. And I'm working out compositions here, designing compositions, simple noton with a palette knife. So I'm working with a palette knife, and I'm working with acrylic paint and a palette knife in my sketchbook. Okay? Again, shapes and forms. I'm trying out shapes and forms, seeing what it looks like. Okay, now, here I am on location. Okay, so here's what I did. I'm in a forested area in the Catskills. I'm visiting a friend, and I'm looking, and their backyard is along a river. It's quite beautiful. And I take just the shapes. I'm doing just the shapes of what I saw and what was really important to me, and what I saw, how I captured it. Okay, I looked at what was going on out there. I did a pencil sketch with ink. I moved to the next level of doing it with a palette knife and acrylic paint, really basic. I really went in, and with a brush, I softened things with a brush for this background area. And then I moved into color. So I was able to take all the different color notes, and I could move into color. So this is my armature, this is my structure, and then this is what it looks like with color. And I've put in the values that I want and the colors that I want, and I stuck with my original plan, which was what I immediately saw. That was my original plan, and then I went to that. Okay, so you're getting an idea of how I work and how I think. It's really important how you think. you need to, once something captures your attention, you need to focus and say, okay, that really got my attention. I need to stick to that. And you can't wander around. You have to really try things and develop things and see how it works and follow through what captured your attention in the first place. All right, now I'm going to show you this next sketchbook. Okay, when I'm outdoors, I'm constantly observing and I'm constantly thinking. Remember, painting, all art is 90% mental and 10% physical. So there's a lot of thinking going on here, and I'm constantly going, okay, what am I looking at, and where do I want to stand? How does this best depict what I'm seeing in my experience? And you'll see here, this is what I do with my sketchbooks. I really like working in black ink and gray graphite. I use a graphite pencil, and I just try to work on, what I'm looking at and develop it and go from there and see how things, come together. I'm always trying out things. Okay, I'll take you to, okay, and then here's another one where I was working on a sketch of a lighthouse in New York, in the Nubble, and I started off with a small rectangle, and then I went, no, I want a bigger one, and I just blew it up right here and continued my drawing, and continued to work all the way out through and just marking my shadows, marking what was in shadow and light. And this is real basic. All I marked here was what was in shadow and what was in light. I kept it totally to what was in shadow, what was in light. I didn't think about local color. I didn't think about anything else I was dealing with out there. Again, another one. This is the town of Newmarket, and this is a sketch, and I was only marking what was in shadow and what was in light. And the real darks that were getting my attention. And I was really keeping track of it and looking at and marking things so that I really had a handle on it. And again, it's like shorthand, and it's helping me see what's going on. Okay, and the same thing with islands. I'm working here on Outward Bound Island, on Radcliffe Island, way up north, near Hurricane Island. And again, I'm just keeping my masses. I'm looking at masses and shapes, and I'm just following masses and shapes. Okay, you can see what's going on here. Same thing. I'm looking at the masses, flat plane here, and this is reflection, verticals, same here, verticals. So you can see how, and this is shorthand. This is how I can keep organizing and keep seeing I can stay on top of what I'm doing. And these sketches are really important. It's a process, and I'm doing a number of different sketches. I sketched 2 different angles. I was in Hamilton House sketching the gate from one angle, and then I moved to another angle because this was a better angle. And again, and this I painted. I ended up painting. A number of times I paint. I will look at the sketches, and then I will go right to paintings. And again, sketches, and I'll take notes. Okay, now I'm going to take you through to, okay. And then I'll go into, okay, I'm in the Marsh, and I'm really trying to see the shapes that are going through here, and I'm looking at the values, and I'm looking at the different angles of things, and I'm working on getting the shapes organized and looking at the values of the lights and darks. I even put the sun, I marked where the sun was, so I know where the sun is coming from and the angles of the sun when I'm looking at this, because this is all very, very helpful to me. This helps me know what I'm doing and how I'm approaching it. I'm working just with ink and graphite pencil on, and again, I start off here. Look, I started here with a small composition. I said it's not big enough, it's not working, and I went all the way over the edge of the paper, actually. Went off the edge, because that, to me, was what I needed. I needed to actually do that in order to frame what I was after. And that's the kind of thing that the sketchbook allows you to do. And it's the flexibility of it. It's fluid. It's a really enjoyable experience. It's fantastic what it does, what you can do with it. And then I'm down in Strawberry Bank at a back street, looking through. And here I was just marking the darks. I wasn't even putting shadow and light. I was marking the darks because I knew the condition. It was an overcast day, and it was moving in toward evening, and I knew the conditions, and I painted this. So I really wanted to know where my darks were, because it was giving me an idea of like the pattern of the darks in here. and it was looking clear. It was very clear. Same here, I was looking at the dark masses here, the reflection of the dark masses, and how it held together. Okay, now I'm going to show you the step. Okay, I'm going to show you two more. Okay, street scene, and again, I'm giving myself the shadows and darks. I want to know what placement of things are, where the patterns are, how I put them together, and same here. Overcast day, meadow, and dark tree line, lighter tree, much darker trees. These are all pines back here. And I'm just giving myself, you know, this is all patterns. This is all patterns of what's going on. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, so here's how it works, the evolution of it. So the evolution of it is, okay, so I'm on the street, and I was drawing people that were waiting for a bus. And this was holiday, this was Thanksgiving week, right before, and there's lots of people, and this is in downtown Portsmouth, and there were a lot of people coming and waiting for the bus outside. It was absolutely perfect to draw people because they'd come and sit for a little while. So there was a man that came, and he was quite striking. He sat on a bench, he had a white beard and long white hair, and he was carrying a big duffel bag, and there was a gray pillar here. And I just drew in the shadows quickly and marked where he was. And then I painted this. And then I painted this because this is what I saw. So I was able to absolutely work from the drawing. He left. He got up and walked away. And I was able to work from the drawing right there on location, and I painted this simple posterized view of colors and values, and I kept everything unified so you can see how things work, and this is something that can help you put together a good painting. So it's a map. So you start off with this sketch, and you work from the sketch into color, and you end up with this. So what happens is you find this translates right into this, and you're all set. You can actually move up from there and get something out of it. So it's an incredible learning experience, and it really, really helps you. So from sketching to actually painting something, and you have something that's really solid. So I hope that this is something that was helpful to you, and thank you for coming.